2018. This is a powerful month. It is incredibly dynamic. There are planets moving forward, there are planets moving backwards, there are planets changing signs. So there's tremendous activity going on here in April, and you are super busy. You're focused on your work and your business, whether that is a business you own or a company you work for, or for those of you that are in school, that is your business until you graduate and start your career. So we have Mars in Capricorn, and Mars is the star of the month. He is the ruling planet of Aries, and he's also the co-ruler of Scorpio. Pluto and Mars rule Scorpio, and we have the Scorpio full moon on the 29th and the Aries new moon on the 15th. Mars being in Capricorn, he couples with Saturn on the 2nd, and that is power and intensity. It can be where you are very focused on your work, your duties, your responsibilities, overcoming obstacles, overcoming challenges. What you want to watch out for is feeling frustrated. Mars is the gas pedal in the car. It just wants to go. Saturn is the brakes. So when you put them together, if you're not being patient and focused, you can find that you are feeling frustrated by any delays or limitations, setbacks that will come up. Mercury is still retrograde till the 15th. And the Libra full moon that happened on the 31st of March had the powerful T-square with Mars and Saturn to the Sun and the Moon. So going into April, you're feeling this intensity with these energies. And for you, it has to do with speaking, writing, teaching, your conscious awareness, as well as your higher consciousness, and marketing your products and services to the world. For some of you, you're developing new skills. And this is exciting. For some of you, you're starting a new business. And that's exciting too, but it can be daunting at the same time, or overwhelming, because you have so many pieces in the air, so many pieces to pull together to make whatever you're doing a great success. And you know you don't like to do anything unless you're exceptionally phenomenal at it. Otherwise, why bother? So this is, like I said, a crazy month, a good month, but it's intense. The Sun will square Pluto exactly on the 11th. Your ruling planet is the Sun, so you're going to feel this. And watch out for any power struggles that comes up, or you're just purging what no longer serves you. And this is in the area of work habits, health habits, your lifestyle. Your wealth is in your health. The better you feel, the more you can do. The better you feel, the better your outlook is, the more positive you are. And if you're the CEO, or you're the leader, or you're in charge, your attitude is everything, because you're pulling everyone up with you. And they look to you for the leadership. So you have to be on top, in touch, in control, and running the show. So Jupiter will help out here quite a bit, because he is sextile Pluto on the 14th. You had this aspect in January, exact on the 15th. It'll return again in September, exact on the 12th of September. So this energy is going to be around this year, and that's a good energy because it helps to alleviate the intensity with this Saturn, Mars, and then Mars, Pluto in Capricorn this month. And that is about authority. It is about power, how you use power, how you own your authority. And Jupiter can help move the energy forward and be productive in the work. And Jupiter is in that area of your foundation. It's in the area of how you support yourself emotionally, spiritually, physically. And in the home, it's in the home area, what you're doing in the home, what you're, creating from home. For some of you, home-based business, or you work out of your home, or you're expanding your home. And this is a supportive energy that we like to see. It's strong at the Aries new moon on the 15th, and it's around at the Scorpio full moon on the 29th. Now this Aries new moon is something else, because you have the sun and the moon coupled together in Aries with Uranus. Uranus is right at the end of Aries. He's at 28 degrees. He will move into Taurus in May. So this is, the final act of Uranus and Aries, which is about the power of the individual, what you can accomplish in your own power, in your own authority, from your own power and authority. And this is, a game changer type of energy. This is about change. Be open to change. Get used to it in March. Get ready for it in April. Make friends with change. Make friends with transformation. Aries is your sister sign. It brings the action to higher consciousness, spirituality, philosophy, religion, your freedom, long-distance travel, marketing your products and services to the world, gaining new skills so that you can go to the next level in what you're doing. And it's also about, looking at your beliefs. And this has been going on for you since he's been in Aries, since Uranus has been in Aries. Now, the Aries new moon is the first new moon in the astrological new year. Our astrology calendar begins when the sun enters Aries. So this is even more powerful because it's the first new moon, it's in the first sign, it's coupled with Uranus, which is the game changer, the awakener, the planet of expect the unexpected, surprise, change. And even when we're, okay, I'm cooperating with change, I'm open to change, I'll change universe, I'm happy to change, Uranus still comes in and says, well, I'm going to change some things too. So that's where the surprise comes, like, oh, I didn't expect that to happen, or I didn't see that curveball, thrown at me. And so you're going to be working with that energy here in April. Now, Mercury goes direct right before the new moon, which is incredibly helpful to now have, communication back on track. With this new moon, it is bringing revolutionary change in your life, and you are getting ready for Uranus to go into your 10th house. And I'll talk about that in May, but that is about changing your career. So you're already feeling it here in 2018. And especially at this new moon, you may have already started making that career change, and you're gaining new skills for this new operation or strategy that you want to make. Uranus is about liberation. It's about freedom. And Uranus will liberate us from our own self-imposed limitations, where we just, I don't want to change, I'm comfortable, it's a bit of a rut, but it's my rut. I'm comfortable in it. Don't change me. And Uranus will come in and go, no, sorry, time's up. You got to move. Or you're out of this job. Or you're out of this situation. You're out of this relationship. And you're like, I didn't want to go. Why did I have to go? And when you reflect on it, then you think, you know what? I really had outgrown this situation. Or I've outgrown this job. Or I've outgrown how I work. For a lot of you, it's about how you've been working and making deep changes to your style of working, to your method of working. And, so you're really making some deep changes in this area. And for some of you, you're switching jobs. For some of you, you are, changing the structure of your work. And you're delegating more to other people. And that's why it's important also to make sure that you have people you trust that are working with you, because what you're doing, you're going to be needing to have your support systems in place with all of this growth and change and movement into this new direction. And so you want to make sure that you've lined up the necessary support systems that you need to make the changes that you're about to make, or put them in if the change is brought to you. When change is brought to us and it's surprising, it really is something that we've projected out into the universe that's now brought back to us, and it comes from outside of us. However, if you go deeper and you look, you can see that you really have been the one that has instigated the changes in your life. You just may not have been consciously aware of it because you've been so busy that you're not aware of your soul's desires on a deeper level for a new life, for a new work opportunity, for a new lifestyle, or even changes in your health that you need to make so that you are living your best life. And that's important. Chiron moves into Aries on the 17th, and this is about the power of the individual. And that is in a much more favorable location for Leo, having Chiron in Aries than in Pisces. Aries trines you, harmonious energy flow. It's supportive of you. And so having Chiron in this placement for Leo is more beneficial than in Pisces. And it's still about the individual and the power of standing on your own. Doesn't mean you don't work with others, but being the star of what you do, being the go-to person and leader at what you're accomplishing. And when those fears and insecurities come up, and we all have them, and Uranus likes to flesh them out, it's also about healing and resolving those fears and doubts and insecurities that can arise when Chiron is active in our astrology. Now, Saturn's going to retrograde April 17th through the 6th of September, and this will give you an opportunity to integrate all of the growth work that you've been doing since he entered Capricorn December 20th, 2017, in this area of your service to the world, your daily routine, your work habits and health habits, and that's good, because we don't always want the planets flying forward, growth, change. We need time to rest, recharge our batteries, and integrate. But I'm not seeing that here in April for you. So even though Saturn's retrograding, you'll have, the next 5 months to integrate. But in April, you are busy. You're making a lot of plans, and you have a lot of balls in the air, and you have a lot to do, and that is going to continue here. The sun will exactly merge with Uranus, your ruling planet, the sun, on the 18th. That could be a game-changing day for you as well, where you are coming into this awareness of maybe you're seeing the big picture. You're seeing the vision of what you're creating. You're seeing the future of what you're creating. And it's exciting. It is amazing what is going to be shown to you. And you can even start getting insight right at the beginning of the month on the 1st, because the sun will couple with Mercury, the messenger, on the 1st. And so there's cosmic messages here for you. Make sure you're taking time to listen, that you're not trying to do tomorrow's work today. Do today's work efficiently and effectively, and you will have a successful day. And when you have every day being a successful day, you will have a successful life and the abundant life. I'm laughing because my bangs are so long. I go tomorrow to get my hair cut, that they're like, you know, it's like there's just in my eyes, but what can you do? So it is an exciting time for you, and Aries is an awesome sign for you because it pours positive energy into any planets you have in Leo, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your Mars, and so on. And yeah, it's going to be crazy busy and exciting, and it's going to have its ups and downs, but I guarantee you, you can gauge those ups and downs or stay in the middle, which I suggest, how well you feel. If you're rested, you're going to be able to overcome any challenge. But if you're burning the candle at both ends and trying to do tomorrow's work today, then you're pushing and you're out of the flow. You're not in the flow. You're out of the rhythm of the universe, and you don't want to do that. Now, the sun will enter Taurus on the 19th. That brings the action to your destiny in the world, your profession in the world, your reputation in the world, and you're getting ready to launch in May something big, something amazing, and that is also, you know, changing your life in a very positive way. Pluto will retrograde on the 22nd. That one we may not notice as much because it's more of a subtle energy. Venus enters Gemini on the 24th, and that is great for you because you sextile Gemini, and that's the money you make from the business you own or the money you make from the company you work for, and that's really cool. Mars is going to couple with Pluto on the 26th. See how busy this month is? And that is, you know, power, and you want to watch for you know, any kind of anger or rage that comes up with you this month, especially on the 25th when Mercury will be challenged by Saturn. If you're feeling frustrated, or, you know, people you're working with are not performing the way you thought they would, or they're not doing things according to how you want them to, breathe and think before you speak, because you are a lion and you can roar, and when you roar you can level the room, and then you're like, oh, now I have to do cleanup duty. And you know, so just be aware of that. If you find yourself feeling really angry or even rage come up, you know, these energies are, you know, Mars and Pluto, that's warfare. Saturn, Mars, and Pluto, we've gone to war with that energy. We entered Iraq with some sort of combination like that. So we want to watch for anger, frustration, and think before you speak, because once you say it or once you do it, it's really hard to reel it back in. And you don't want your emotions to get the best of you. You want to be smart here. You want to get the job done, speak your truth, and do it in a way where you're creating the win-win with others, where they're on board with you and want for you to be successful because you're including their success too. The Sun will trine Saturn on the 29th. This is really good. This is your, this will help you. You can really impress the higher ups by the end of the month with your calm, even during the storm, or even if there's a storm coming up inside of you. Staying calm will make you incredibly effective and powerful. And it may be your initiation here, Leo, this month is, how do I effectively speak my truth, get what I need, get what I want, without overreacting, without overdoing it with my anger. Maybe just go outside if that comes up, and go for a walk, or go for a jog, or go for a bike, and then make the phone call, or then send the email. If someone sends you something and it really pushes your buttons, step back. Why are my buttons being pushed? Why am I reacting this way? What is coming up for me? Does this really have something to do with my past? You've got Jupiter in that really deep area, fleshing out, childhood memories, past life memories. Maybe there's some memories of betrayal or sabotage that you've have coming up, and you're feeling that, but maybe that's not what the person meant at all. They just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, pushing your buttons, and you are feeling that sense of outrage. And that's where I recommend, don't respond to the email. Go for a walk. Get yourself calmed down, centered. I always like doing things physical when I feel that way, because it just helps to move the energy out of me, and then I can calm down, and then I can talk to people again. And so you want to make sure you do that, because this is a Martian month. Mars is the star of the show. We're at the Scorpio full moon on the 29th, and Mars and Pluto rule Scorpio. And fortunately, this moon has Saturn sextile the moon, trine the Taurus sun. Jupiter is coupled with the moon and opposing the sun, which is uplifting and inspiring. Neptune is trine the moon and will sextile the sun the next day. And so the Neptune-Jupiter is this feminine energy that helps to balance us, so we're not so Martian and masculine and just, I got to get in your face, and I've got to conquer and achieve, and I have to, wipe everyone out. Whereas the feminine part is, no, we want to cooperate with others. We want the win-win. When we come from creativity, we don't need to be number one. We don't need to compete with others. When we come from creativity, we're coming from our heart and our soul, which has unlimited abundance, because that abundance comes from Source. And so the Scorpio full moon will be intense, though, because we're talking Scorpio here at the end of the month, and Scorpio is the most intense sign of the zodiac, so we're still intense. However, the energy is very supportive with Saturn, which is rewarding your hard work with money and manifestation and prosperity. And Venus is trining Saturn on the 7th, which is really good too. And for some of you, that's about being in a wonderful relationship with a permanent playmate who just adores you. So you have that going on too, Leo, where you have this wonderful relationship with someone who just adores you. And you're doing all of this change in your work, in your lifestyle, in your spirituality and education, or workshops that you're creating, or courses that you're creating, online business that you're creating. And you're very busy, and it's a dynamic month, but it's a good month, and you can really impress the higher ups through this month, and especially at the end of the month. There's a lot of support for you and reward for you for being diligent, for being the calm within the storm, for being focused on the future but anchored in your present, taking care of every day, making every day a successful day, being grounded, focusing on your duties and responsibilities. By doing that, you are really launching yourself for success that will come in May and June and so on here. You're getting ready in April to do that. It's exciting. And you're working hard here to get things done. So make sure you're taking time to kick back too and relax in between all of the high energy performance work that you're doing. For those of you open for love, why not? If you have time in here, you could be meeting someone right through work, right through what you do, and they will adore you. They will find you just sexy and gorgeous and smart and capable and very attractive. For those of you coupled, make sure you take that time with each other, even though you both have very busy schedules, that you are in the home together, enjoying that time together, and really getting away from the work when you're together and just having fun together and celebrating that relationship. Money looks good. You're so busy working. If you're spending a lot of money in your new business or investing in a new business, it will pay off. And the money will increase here in April and May and June and so on. Career is on fire. I mean, you are really moving up in what you're doing and have the opportunity to move up into a new area of what you're doing. And it's exciting with all of this career growth opportunity that is just spectacular. For those of you that work for others and you want a promotion, after the 15th with Mercury direct, go for it. For those of you that own a business, you're really being recognized for your accomplishments and what you are accomplishing here. And here in April, you really are being recognized for your career achievement. And that's going to continue into May and June and, so on. Spiritually, make sure you're taking time to listen. When we're so busy, we're not always listening. You can take a moment here and a moment there to just dial into source, soul self, and listen and get those answers from your inner authority. This is what this Mars, Pluto, Saturn in Capricorn is about, is owning that authority, the authority within you, and using that authority within you to make right choices for you and your career and your life. Health, how is your health? Your health is being tested here with Saturn. How's your bones? How are you taking care of yourself? Slow down so that you are really listening to the body. The body is the messenger, and if your body is saying we need to rest today, rest. Don't push. Don't be in a hurry. There's plenty of time to do everything you need to do. And when you come from the creative, there's no hurry. No one's going to take your place. There's no one that's going to cut you out. So make sure you're coming from your creativity and not the competitive ego. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plusing my videos. Leo, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section. It's also up in the cards. And I would also love for you to be part of my new school I'm creating, the BizWiz Success Academy. That link is below in the Show More section. It's also up in the cards. So until next time, Leo, what a month for you. Your accomplishments are being recognized.